Hi, my name is Mitch Sprung. I'm exhibiting here at the Spring Equinox Festival. The main parts of my art are either Polaroid image transfers or my drawings. These are Polaroid image transfers, and the process is the old-time Polaroid film that you pulled out of the camera, and normally you let it develop onto the photographic paper, and then throw away the black stuff. This is the black stuff. So if you don't let it develop, it will actually, you can actually transfer the image onto watercolor paper. So, and it gives it a very, very nice watercolory, antique effect to your photographs.
How long have you been doing that?
That's been a long time ago. I did that in my 30s, I'm going to say. So it's probably, I don't know, whatever that is, 38 years ago or whatever. But it's been a while.
Right.
And for this show, I sort of rediscovered a box of these, and then I framed them for the show.
Got it.
But it was a very cool process.
And then the paintings are here?
So this is an example of one of my pictures. The background is watercolor, and then I just saw images in the watercolor texture and started drawing. So it's a free form, free thinking art. It turned into sort of what you think about when you go out the door, which is everything except what you're going to do.
That's brilliant.
So that's that one. And this is another one where I took a failed image, a photo, Polaroid image transfer, failed one, and took an idea that I had a very, very long time ago and executed the idea, which is basically your technology will not save you from decay. I know it's a little dark, but you have your sort of smart house over here, and yet it still can go to decay. And that's the image there. This is one of my most recent drawings, actually most recent completed. And what's interesting about that one is it is a technique that I believe I'm the only one who does. Taking dry ink and rubbing it onto the paper, and then taking a pen, an alcohol marker, and making a dot, and the ink expands out. So all those dots are just expanded out. And then so that's.
I get it.
Yeah, and I also do gel plate monoprints. So that again is alcohol ink, and then it's taken off the gel plate, and then there's some acrylic paint in there.
Got it.
Completes it.
And then prints of the same?
Prints, yeah. Then I also have prints. The two frames that we talked about are actually prints. The originals are still in my house.
Same size?
But they'd be same size.
Got it.
But they'd be a lot more money, obviously.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Keeps going.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Let me just...
Yeah. So, and that's actually a museum in Salzburg, from like an armory museum. The original drawing, and I call that one "See the Wizard," which is kind of your journey to see the wizard. That was done from a child's drawing, where I just traced the child's drawing, and then did my imagination.
I love it.
Part.
A collaboration.
Yeah, a collaboration. And that again is a copy of the what we described before. This is an original, and it's has to do with our technological communication. and basically everything goes to the cloud. That's the joke.
Got it.
This was actually a monoprint of an actual fish skin. So the fish skin was used like a stamp,
Right.
and then this is a magazine transfer on top of it, and that's same idea.
Also magazine.
Yeah, magazine transfer, and then some drawing and the next one down was also a dry alcohol print, where I reconstituted it on the paper. And those are Polaroid image transfers.
And last but not least,
So these are all Polaroid image transfers. Provincetown Dunes, Grand Canyon, and Notre Dame before it got burned. And then some petals on the ground. Thanks for coming by.
you bet. Hi. Can you tell us about your work?
Sure. I'm a photographer and almost always photographing in Stow and on Cape Cod. So I do a lot of landscape photography. I do plants, birds, and then I do a lot of what's called intentional camera movement, which is moving the camera while I take my photograph.
Are you Mary Coombs?
I am Mary Coombs. They are all my photographs, and they are primarily subjects from my garden or in the woods around Stow. And I grow a lot of flowers, so any of the still life arrangements are made from my own flowers. And that. So that's something I enjoy doing when I'm not gardening. I take the flowers and make photos.
Right.
And some favorites are like places in Stow, like the Sudbury Road area,
Assabet River.
Assabet River, Town Forest. So a lot of them are from my walks in the woods. A lot of little woodland up, serviceberry, first blooming. Pollinators from my garden. That's another favorite. So, yeah.
How long have you been taking pictures?
Oh my gosh, forever. I mean, I started taking pictures in college, but really it was when I retired, like 5 years ago, that I really got into photography at this level. Joined a club, started getting more training. Now I know more about what I'm doing.
Right.
Film, of course, it's like you never knew what you were going to get until you got it, processed. And then, so that started dying out, and I went to like just snapshot pictures, cameras, and then I just started using my phone for photos. And it wasn't until 2020 that I actually replaced my old film camera with a mirrorless Panasonic camera.
Well, thanks, Mary.
Well, thank you.
I have no idea how you get these tiles the way they are. Is it glazed?
It's acrylic paint pour. You take acrylic paints and mix it with a Floetrol, which is a painter's additive to make their painting professionals easier. So you stack the colors in a cup, pour them down, and then you can either turn them around on a Lazy Susan or do some other techniques, and you get this kind of what would you call spider web-ish kind of result. It's cell activator. You tilt it and such like that.
Got it. Well, thanks for explaining that.
Sure. Well, I'm Helen Ham, and I have Rolf Fine Arts. I use the name Rolf, which is my original name. And these paintings are in oil and wax, which is oil paint mixed with beeswax, and it makes a buttery soft texture. And I use these cool tools to spread the color and then make the things. And so, same with that one over there. I use oil and cold wax. And I also do gouache, which is paint. So this one is gouache. This one is oil and cold wax. I use a lot of nature feelings, but I don't work from pictures or photographs. They all come from what I'm feeling in the moment. So you can see it's all influenced by living out here in the woods.
Hi, I'm Sandra Albano. I am part of the Stow Area Guild of Artists, and I am here to show my paintings and see if anyone would like to take some home with them.
You got it. And are they oils? What media are they?
Both oil and acrylic. And some of them I've actually done in painting classes, and others on my own. There's no one particular subject matter. It's slice of life paintings like the one here, my niece and me walking down the street, very happy day. Nature, I love nature, I love animals, so this is a marsh at the beginning of the Stowtown Forest. Bison, I love animals. This is a friend's dog swimming in Maine, and he loved the painting, and he's taking that one. So no one particular subject matter. Everything from landscapes to still life, to people, to animals.
What do you like most about the guild?
I really enjoy hanging out with other painters. And I guess we have some things in common, but if you look around the room, the fellowship hall, everyone has such a unique style and approach to painting. So that makes it a lot of fun.
Shine me up and watch me. I am a warrior. I am a I've held the bullfrogs in the dark. And the look across the way. The earth of the world. Looking at the walls. Well, maybe it's the worst. Well, maybe but rather you can shine me up and watch me roll. I am no
Hi,
How did you like the art fair at the First Parish Church?
it was tremendous.
I loved all the art. I got a necklace. There you go. It's a real flower in resin.
As is this little tiny forget-me-not.
Impressive.
Pretty cool. Fun stuff.
Hi, I'm Alex Rosovich.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And what brings you here to the First Parish Church?
My wife, Sandra. So she said that they wanted some music, and happy to provide it. You know. Plus, I get to see all the people coming in, and going out. It's great to see.
And have you lived in Stow a while?
We've lived here for close to 30 years.
Oh, well, you're a newcomer.
Yes, first generation. So it has to be 2 or 3 generations before.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing your music, and
It's a pleasure.
it's going to be a nice soundtrack to the footage.
Well, thank you very much.
Shine me up and watch me.